morning, team family. I want to come to you this December newsletter and talk about two things really quickly. Mandy and I love to talk about this time of year, our planning schedule and what we do normally in October, November, just as a planning for the next year. And then we'll close out with a recap of 2022 and what we think is going to happen in 2023 because of that. So jumping in, again, we love to talk about planning, being more purposeful with your time. This is a time of year where you're about to jump in the car. Wives, you've got your husband locked in the car for the next 3 hours, headed to grandma's house. You're gonna have some extra time together. And so wouldn't it be great to spend some extra time really planning out what you want 2023 to look like? And so Mandy and I do follow a guide for that. If you want to know more information about this, certainly reach out. We'd love to share it with you. But we go through questions that are specifically in this guide about your spiritual life, your physical life, your financial life, key relationships. There's questions about your job, things you want to do with your kids, but it allows you to be really purposeful about the time that you spend in 2023. You get to set some goals and set some markers that you want to hit and make a plan to get there. And so for Mandy and I, it has been life-changing. I tell you, when we first did this, I hated it. I laugh every time I tell people this story, but Mandy, she came to a model home that I was sitting in. We sat there for the next 2 hours. We argued, and it was terrible. There was crying involved, but we got through that. I did not want to do it again, but I'm thankful that over the next 9 years that we've done this, because it has changed our life and made us more purposeful in the relationships that we have, in our financial life, in our relationships with our kids. So it gives you different things you can talk through with that. If you want to know more information, certainly reach out. Doing a quick recap of 2022, we entered 2022 with probably the most ridiculous real estate market that we will ever see in our life. Houses were selling in the matter of a couple of hours. They were appreciating at about 20% year over year. And then, as far as interest rates were concerned, we were looking at under 3% for a 30-year mortgage. Just crazy numbers. Compare that with what we're looking at today, right now in December. Houses are sitting on the market at an average of about 30 to 35 days, whereas then things were averaging somewhere in the 2-week range. We're looking at mortgage rates instead of 3%, we're looking at around 7%. And year over year appreciation this year, we'll probably still see somewhere around 10 to 12% appreciation, but we do anticipate that that's going to be lower, probably in that 2 to 3% range in 2023. And so interest rates next year, they're probably going to still hover around that 6 to 7% range until middle of the end of the year. And they do experts anticipate that will drop down to probably 5 to 5.5% by the end of the year. So some good news there. And then all of it's good news for buyers, because instead of making 3-second decisions, the house comes in your email and I like this house. Well, you better get there in the next 5 hours. You may have a day or two to take a look at the house. Go tomorrow, go on Saturday and take a look at it, and it's not going to be under contract in the matter of a couple of hours. You're also not going to be fighting with multiple offers. So that's going to be welcome news. On the selling side, this is not a market that we anticipate values going down. And so the value that you have in Greenville right now, you're probably going to see that be fairly consistent. You'll probably see a little bit of appreciation over the course of the next year. It is not going to be crazy like it's been over the last 2 years. We're not going to see 10, 15, 20% appreciation, but you're still going to see 2 to 3% appreciation, which is great for your investment that you've made in your personal residence. And so I want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas. We are super excited about 2023. The team, we've gotten together, we've made our plan for next year. We've got events scheduled for you guys. Y'all love those events, and we love seeing you, and we're excited to see you through whether it be the taco night that we're going to have. We're doing the swimming event that we did at the water park, and then all the normal things we do at the end of the year as well. So Merry Christmas. I hope you guys have a great holiday season, and we look forward to seeing you in 2023.